So you're saying that Jesus really did exist, and this shroud might be the one that covered him? Joe Rogan just uncovered something mind-blowing in his conversation with Mel Gibson. The new evidence about the Shroud of Turin is absolutely shocking, and today I'm going to reveal all of it, including the latest discovery that has left scientists baffled. Mel Gibson has always been fascinated by Jesus, but nothing has intrigued him more than the Shroud of Turin, the cloth believed to have covered Christ's body after his death. He talked about recent tests on the shroud that supposedly prove Jesus existed and that all the miraculous claims about him are completely true. This is a bold claim, so let's dive in and see what's really going on. To understand this, we need to go back in time. The shroud has been a mysterious piece of linen with unclear origins and has been kept by the Catholic Church for centuries. The belief that it once covered Christ's body became even stronger in 1898 when an amateur photographer named Secondo Pia had the chance to photograph it. Pia eagerly took the opportunity, and when he developed the negatives, he noticed something incredible, a clear image of a man's face. This stunned believers, who were convinced the image had to be that of Christ. As science advanced, more tests were conducted. Some experts claimed the shroud was fake, while others insisted it was real. To this day, the debate continues. Interestingly, the shroud is only briefly mentioned in the Bible, yet it remains one of the most mysterious and controversial religious artifacts ever discovered. The first serious attempt to prove or disprove the authenticity of the Shroud of Turin took place in the 1970s. A group of scientists, known as the Shroud of Turin Research Project, STURP, conducted several tests on the cloth. They concluded that the image of the man on the shroud could not have been created by an amateur or forged by any known artistic method. Additionally, they found no scientific explanation for how the image appeared on the fabric. In the 1980s, scientists used more advanced techniques, such as carbon-14 dating, to determine the shroud's age. 3 different research teams conducted tests using this method and initially concluded that the shroud was not authentic, disappointing many believers. However, recently declassified information revealed that the 3 teams had obtained different results, meaning their conclusions were unreliable. More recently, 5 Italian scientists used cutting-edge X-ray technology to settle the centuries-old debate. They applied a method called wide-angle X-ray scattering to analyze the degradation of cellulose in the linen, comparing it to the estimated age of the shroud. Their findings shocked the scientific community. They determined that the linen dates back to the 1st century. To confirm their results, they repeated their tests with another piece of linen, ultimately placing the shroud's age within the same time period. The years 55 AD and 75 AD matched the dates the STURP team had identified, but that's not the end of the story. In fact, it's just the beginning. As Joe and Mel continued discussing the shroud, something strange happened. Mel mentioned something that could completely change how we see the shroud. If you look closely, you can see what looks like the image of a Tiberius coin on the eyes, Mel said. Now, I don't know if that's real or not. I've never checked it myself, but there are images of Tiberius. Take a closer look at the eyes. Do you see it? A small round shape. Something unusual. Could that be a coin? And not just any coin, a coin from the time of Jesus himself. It's called a lepton, a tiny bronze coin minted during the reign of Emperor Tiberius, around the time of Christ's crucifixion. But here's where it gets jaw-dropping. Experts believe this coin may have been placed over the eyes of the deceased. And what's even more shocking, could this very coin actually appear on the Shroud of Turin? Yes, you heard that right. Some researchers claim that what appears to be a coin, perfectly placed over the eyes of the man on the shroud, is an actual Tiberius lepton, the same type of coin that was in circulation during Jesus' time. And if that's true, it could be one of the most astonishing discoveries of the century. Why is this important? In ancient Jewish burial customs, it was common to place a coin over the eyes of the dead, a tradition linked to paying the ferryman to cross the river Styx, a symbol of the soul's journey into the afterlife. If this coin is real and truly from Jesus' time, could it be the exact one placed over his eyes after his death? This small, seemingly insignificant coin could be the key piece of evidence linking the shroud directly to Jesus' burial. It would mean the shroud is not just an ancient relic, but a direct connection to Christ's burial. It would be an artifact from the 1st century that fits perfectly with history and could prove the shroud's authenticity in a way no one ever imagined. This discovery is the closest physical connection to Jesus' death and burial. The coin, the image on the shroud, it's a game changer for believers. It could be the miraculous sign we've all been waiting for. And for skeptics, it's undeniable evidence that demands serious attention. But this is just the beginning. What we've uncovered next might completely change everything you thought you knew. What I'm about to reveal is so incredible, so groundbreaking, that it's been kept secret for years. This isn't just another theory or wild guess. This is real, tangible proof that could rewrite history. Here's the deal. In 2024, something happened that changed everything. Researchers made a discovery so shocking it should be on the front page of every newspaper. They found a second face. That's right, a second face. But here's the twist. It's not on the front of the shroud. It's on the back, hidden, invisible to the naked eye. And it's not just a smudge or a shadow. It's a perfect, ghostly mirror image of the face on the front. Now let's pause for a moment, because what I'm about to share next is truly mind-blowing. And if you're still watching, do me a quick favor, hit like and subscribe so we can spread this message to the world. Thank you. Let's get back to it. The shroud isn't just a one-sided image, it's a double-sided mystery. The image on the back wasn't painted or stamped. It's embedded into the very fibers of the cloth. And here's the craziest part, the two faces align perfectly. The wounds, the bloodstains, the contours of the face, they match exactly. This isn't just a coincidence. It's something science can't fully explain. Think about it. If this were a medieval forgery, how could someone create an image on both sides of the cloth without leaving brushstrokes, pigments, or any trace of how it was done? And not just any image, a perfect, anatomically accurate, 3D encoded image that matches the front. Even with today's technology, this would be impossible. Scientists have been puzzled by this for years. The image on the back of the shroud isn't just on the surface, it goes through the entire thickness of the cloth. Whatever created it didn't just leave a mark on top, it passed through the fabric. And here's the most incredible part, the image is only a few micrometers deep. It's like a perfect microscopic burn, but with no signs of heat or chemical reactions. If the shroud were a forgery, how could a medieval artist, without lasers, computers, or any modern technology, create a double-sided image that even today's science can't fully explain? And if it's not a forgery, then what caused it? What kind of energy, what kind of event, could leave such a precise and haunting image on both sides of the cloth? Some researchers believe this points to something extraordinary, something beyond our understanding. Could this be evidence of a miraculous event, like a burst of energy at the moment of the resurrection? Or is it something else, something science has yet to discover? But wait, there's more. I've got a mystery so big it needs its own video. What if I told you the Shroud of Turin might be linked to one of history's most legendary relics, the Lion, also known as the image of Edessa? This cloth was said to bear the face of Jesus, miraculously imprinted, not painted by human hands. Here's the twist. The Lion vanished in 1204 during the Fourth Crusade. Then, centuries later, the Shroud of Turin appeared. Coincidence? Maybe. But what if they are the same object? What if the shroud was folded to show only the face and secretly smuggled out of Constantinople? What if its true history doesn't start in the Middle Ages, but in the 1st century? Next time, we'll uncover the shocking connection between the shroud and the Lion, a story filled with mystery, intrigue, and historical twists that will make you question everything. Trust me, you won't want to miss it.